It's time to cage the Wolves. You're watching Friday Night Hype on KCCI. Go in!
Let's go, Jeff. Let's go. They are pumped out there.
Yeah, they were at the start of the game.
Yeah, Southeast Polk.
Yeah, it may not have been at the end of the game. Southeast Polk, right, 4-time defending state champs in Class 5A. There's only been one ever champ in Class 5A. It's Southeast Polk. Waukee Northwest looking to be the team to dethrone them. They're 6-0 to start this season, and they looked really good in this game, Scott. I mean, from the word go, this team came out firing. Mac Heitland might be the best quarterback in the state of Iowa right now. What a dime to Isaiah Oliver. Wolves take a 7-0 lead just like that. Second quarter, they're up 10-0, knocking on the door, and they're going to go on the ground this time. Pitch play to Ryan Woodruff, and he goes into the end zone untouched. 17-0, Waukee Northwest would lead heading into the half. And in the third, it was more of the same. Opening drive for the Wolves. The give to Woodruff. Watch him dance, find the hole, and there he goes. That's a backbreaker right there, Scott. Big box bound for Woodruff. 38-7, your final. Wolves improved to 7-0, and that's what we call a statement victory.
Yeah, it certainly is. And this was a really interesting game I went to over in Johnston. Top 5 showdown. Sioux City East came in ranked 5th. Johnson third. Johnson down 7-3. They go for it on 4th and long. Gutsy call, and Trevin Helmy makes him look smart. Touchdown pass to Kanan Reinders for the touchdown. Johnson led 10-7. Jeff, do you want to see a great catch?
Yes, let's see it.
Do you want to see a great catch? It goes off 2 Sioux City East defenders, off Tino Day's helmet, and then Tino makes the wild catch.
Hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
I know, it was right there, and he has the focus, has the concentration, and it sets up the very next play. Helming to Jaden Hauser to easy touchdown. His man falls down. So it's 17-7 before the half. I think Johnson's going to go on to win. No! With 6 minutes to go in the game, senior quarterback Cal Jefferson for Sioux City East splits the defense and runs it in himself.
That's real nice.
That's the go-ahead touchdown. Yeah, and nobody else scored after that. Monster win for the Black Raiders. Convincing win over Johnson, 21-17.
How about Indianola Centennial? Jags 3-3. They can really not afford another loss. Starting the second, they're down 8-6. Little throwback pass here. Brecken Miller, Javaris Morgan, who does the rest, breaks a tackle, 14-8 lead. Indianola would get a response before half. They march down the field, and yeah, Tush Push has made its way to the high school ranks. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but Bo Blake and Indianola take a 15-14 lead into the half. Jags, though, snuff them out in the second half. 33-15, your final. Centennial gets a much-needed win there.
Yeah, Waukee. Talking about teams that really need a win to jumpstart their season. Too bad they had to go against the big bad Dowling Catholic Maroons. Dowling number 2 in the state. They just push people around. Ian Middleton, some nice running early on. Leads to a touchdown, just ripping off these big runs. Fourth quarter, they're up 23-0, and they want more. Joey Nahas to Sam Drexler. Looking like a video game out there. Waukee scores 2 late touchdowns, but it had been 30-zip. 31-14. The final.
When are we getting Dowling Catholic and Waukee Northwest? That's the game we got to settle. City High at East. City High coming in 0-6. 0-6 is City High. They had to exercise some demons. Damari Lacey bouncing it outside. Corner, big box, end zone, 7-0. Little Hawkeye. City High quarterback Chris Cabeza. Screen pass. Blaine Hike, and he's going to get the Hawkeyes on the doorstep. Little Hawks go in and win 59-14. It's about an hour and 40-minute drive back. If you're on the Yellow Dog, maybe a 2-hour ride back. It's going to be a nice ride back.
Yeah, fun Friday night bus ride back. Newton riding high after beating Pella, a game Jeff was at last week. Tonight the Cardinals were at Clear Creek, Amana. Mid-third quarter, Caden Klein finds Finn Martin for a long gain, and I love this. Watch Finn Martin. He wants to score so bad right here. Can he get there? Oh, he just couldn't quite get it. But that's okay, because Nick Thomason's going to run in the touchdown and make it 21-13. Newton, man, are they having a good season. They win again, this time 31-19.
That might be the best helmet in the state. That's a good helmet.
It's a good look, especially looks good when they're screaming into the end zone.
It's a really nice look. The white helmet, red pants, white jersey. I like it. Got a lot of as the kids would say.
Yes.
as I'm sure your daughter would say.
Yes.
Clean. 2A matchups, a lot of them get to.
Yeah, and we'll be right back. So go grab a snack because we are here to help.
Dragons scoring drive with 4 plays, 28 yards.
The coach, poor Blake, he's just standing there trying to coach, and then it gets attacked by his cheerleaders.
This is what you're just inciting
Me?
violence.
No, they were gonna do that to anybody.
You're just getting people in trouble, Scott.
I guess that's what I do. That's what we do here in Friday Night Hype. Let's get it going. Class 2A, a lot of fun games to get to. Woodward Granger 5-1, but not ranked in the top 10. They're like, yeah, let's do something about that. Hosting Sheraton, fourth quarter, a 6-0 game at the half, by the way. Sheraton quarterback Connor Short finds Kaiser Arnold, who fumbles it. Caden Krieger recovers it. Then just leave it to Woodward Granger QB Talon Houston, who had 5 touchdowns on the night, 4 of them passing to Kane Mailer Moreno. This time, gonna run it himself, though. Houston to the house makes it 34-0. They turn it on right when our cameraman Dylan Kuhn arrived.
Rank 'em. Van Meter, number 10 at Grandview Christian. Second quarter, 4th and 10 at midfield. Grandview Christian Thunder going for it. Judah Locke airing it out. Braden Hoban. How about it? That's a dime.
Yeah.
I mean, that was perfect. Touchdown Thunder that tied it at 7. Been a very strange ending the first half. Henry Lounsbury for Van Meter throws an interception to Lexon Belvins, but it would get called back for roughing the passer. All right, so a free play with no time left. That would set up Van Meter for a field goal. Lounsbury, the kicker as well, knocks it through. Van Meter would go on to win the game 27-13.
The battle for Highway 5, 5th-ranked Centerville. They're 6-0 at Albia. I interviewed Centerville's Clayton Lawson this week. He told me when the ball goes his way, he catches it.
Wow.
And that's what he does. The man was not lying. Laying out for that Mac Murdoch pass to put the Big Reds up 14-0. Albia's got some dudes, though. One of them, Eli Hilton, on the ensuing kickoff. Eli, Runs right, and that was
Bye-bye.
the right call. Hilton cashed it in those
Bye-bye.
reward points for the free room.
Bye-bye.
69-yard touchdown. It's 14-6. The only problem is that Centerville's offense just scores whenever they want. Burdock to Triton Thomas. They win 55-30. Centerville
with a name like
7-0.
With a name like Triton, you got to score.
Yeah.
Right. Des Moines Christian on the road in Knoxville, taking on the Panthers. Lions trailing 3-0 in the second in the red zone. Davis Tokheim, that was really nice. Just kind of danced in the backfield a little bit, showed great patience, hits the hole. They get the lead 8-3 after the 2-point conversion. Same score under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Lions going to strike for a big one. Maxtown to a wide open Tyler Drefke. And there he goes, 38-11. Des Moines Christian looked really good again in Knoxville, 38-11 your final.
A few more scores for you. DCG 31-3 over Marshalltown. ADM 45-3 over Glenwood. Gilbert 32-29 over Ballard.
Yeah, how about ADM? Glenwood ranked.
Yeah,
ADM
5-1.
goes on the road and beats them.
Yeah, not just beats them, but 45-3.
I mean, it throttles them. Them. Really, really nice win for ADM.
Yeah, and when we come back, we're going to have our fan of the night. We also check in with Shannon Earhart in Madison ahead of the Iowa game. And we head to commercial with those Grandview Christian fans.
The Thunder Iowa Bowl, and you're watching Friday Night Hype!
Get caught up on local news, originals, and more. Download the Very Local app and stream for free today.
Welcome back to Friday Night Hype. Usually right now we do our fan of the night. We're going to wait just a little bit. Quick detour on this road trip because Shannon Earhart is on the road talking college football,
Yeah,
Jeff.
Shannon made a road trip of herself. She and Mike Simmons, the great photographer, up in Madison, Wisconsin. Shannon with a preview of tomorrow's Iowa-Wisconsin game.
I am in the heart of Madtown, just outside Camp Randall Stadium, where Iowa and Wisconsin will play in a trophy rivalry game tomorrow at 6 o'clock. The big question, will Iowa quarterback Mark Gronowski play? Now, Kirk Ferentz did say on Wednesday night that it is realistic that he will play, but it's still up in the air. He won't know until Friday, which is today. Unfortunately for us, we won't find out until 2 hours before kick. It will be a game changer, but regardless, it's going to be bopping in there between these two teams where no love is lost. From Madison, Wisconsin, I'm Shannon Earhart, KCCI Iowa Sports Leader.
Quiet there. It is going to be bumping tomorrow. Yeah.
Very jealous. I've heard Madison's the greatest college town in the country. No offense to Iowa and Iowa State fans.
Or Coach Prime, who would say Colorado is right.
I know.
Yeah, but they're 2-5 though. So I mean, Iowa State 2:30 kick there in Boulder.
Yeah, really excited to see what happens there.
Fan of the week.
Fan of the week. Let's get to fan of the week. This guy tonight, Waukee Northwest in Southeast Polk. This Southeast Polk fan, I can't remember his name, rocking like a pink suit with zebra stripes. And even though Southeast Polk was not playing well, he was into it. And I respect that. I respect the suit. I respect the zebra stripes. And I just respect the effort.
You know who else we respect is Jeff Dubroff, his effort. If you didn't see the news, guys, Jeff Dubroff accepted a sports casting job in Tampa, Florida. This is his last Friday Night Hype.
This is my last one.
This was his first Friday Night Hype.
This was, I think, my second one. It was at Mount Air.
4 years ago?
That was my first. This is my fifth football season. And I remember you were like, get a walking taco. I was like, what is it? You're like, I'm not going to tell you, just get it. I had a walking taco tonight. Book-ended my football Friday night, now Friday Night Hype. Just a thank you to everyone who watched, a thank you to all the coaches, the players. It's been the best.
Was it worth it?
Always. I love a walking taco.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night.